I'm gonna put that audio clip in this video. Hi guys, so as most of you probably already know, we have 6 kids, and we've had a different birth pretty much for all of them. I'm going to go into detail in other videos about what each birth was like, but today I want to go over Jolie's birth. Jolie was number 4. I had to count them. She's number 4. We had planned on having a hospital birth with a midwife at our local hospital because our second birth was very fast and our third birth was induced so that we wouldn't have a baby on the highway because our hospital was about 30 to 45 minutes away. So this time we chose to switch to a closer hospital, not be induced, and labor at home as long as possible, go to the hospital, have a natural birth at the hospital, and that was our plan. Plans don't always happen when you have babies. So I'm going to kind of start at the beginning. Pregnancy's great, everything's going good. And I'm about 36 weeks, and I was already 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. By the time I was probably about 36, 37 weeks. And then from there until almost 40 weeks, I didn't progress at all. I was just the same. So they decided to sweep my membranes, and for those that don't know what that is, they just kind of go in and put their fingers between your uterus and your bag of waters, I guess you could say, and just kind of, I don't want to do like hand motions, but they just sweep around with their fingers and try to loosen it up to stimulate some labor and to try to get you to go ahead and go into labor on your own. We did that 2 times and it did not work either time. So I went past my due date with Jolie by just a couple of days, and I woke up in labor. I had this happen before, and it was just false labor, so I didn't know if it was real labor or not. I got up, walked around for a little bit, and was going to make myself some breakfast. It was 5 in the morning. Yeah, 5 in the morning. I was going to make myself some breakfast. I was hungry. I decided not to do that. Decided to go wake up Kenneth instead and let him know maybe we might be going to the hospital, maybe. I had only been having contractions for about 20 minutes, maybe. Not very long, and they were pretty far apart, like 5 to 7 minutes apart. They weren't very strong at all. It wasn't a big deal. It felt like a false labor again. Woke up Kenneth. He got up, started getting ready pretty slowly, asked if we were going to go to the hospital, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I think I'm okay now, because by then I wasn't having any more contractions. I'd had like a big gap between a set, and I was like, no, it's fine. We're probably not going to go. I feel good now. I'm fine. And I was in the bed, and not long after I said that, I had a really bad contraction, and then maybe not, I don't even know if it was one more after that, or maybe it was that one. My water broke in the bed, like just broke in the bed, and I was pushing by then. And so Kenneth, he decided he was going to call 911 because I told him we are not leaving. I'm not getting in the car. I'm not going to a hospital. I'm not having a labor in the car. I've done that before. Did not want to do that again. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. We're not going anywhere. Calls 911. Really nice lady. I've had babies before. I kind of knew what to do. And I'm very much a touch me not kind of person when I have babies. Some people need doula. Some people need their midwife right there. I need nobody to look at me. I need nobody to touch me. I don't want anybody talking to me. I just want to do it myself. I don't want anybody messing with me. For the most part, that is how all of my labors have been, except for my last one. But So he's on the phone with 911. I can hear her on the phone. I don't know if he had it on speakerphone or if she was just loud and the phone was loud and I could hear her. And I remember her asking, does she feel like she has to push? And I'm like, I am pushing. And maybe, I'm kind of guessing on the times, but I'm thinking maybe just a minute or two after that, Jolie was born at home. In the bed. Did not plan any of this. Middle of winter. And, yeah, unplanned, unassisted home birth. And this is where it gets, like, really interesting. Okay, so I'm in the bed. I have a new little baby. I can't get up. And all I can think about is we're in a rent house. We have beige carpet. I can't get anything on the carpet. And I'm like, I can't. I'm stuck right here in the bed. So I'm like, you need to get something to tie the cord. I should have researched this more because you don't have to tie the cord immediately after birth. I didn't know that. I had hospital births, and that's the first thing they do is clamp the cord, cut the cord, whisk the baby away to the warmer. I did not know that you could delay cord clamping. So I was obsessed with we need to clamp the cord. We need to get a suction. We have to suction out her mouth. We have to do all these things because she was awake. She was alert. She was not really crying much. And I'm like, Kenneth, go get me something to tie the cord. Go get me the bulb syringe. And so I told him where the bulb syringe was. We had two drawers. Two drawers in our bathroom. Only two. Little bitty drawers, like this big, like little bitty things. I was like, go get the bulb syringe. It's in one of the drawers. Go find it. I don't think he ever found it. He came back like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, no, it's in there, and he's not bringing it back. He did get me a towel. So then I'm like, forget it. We're just going to move on. Give me something to tie the cord. Like, there's ribbon in the closet. I have a whole bunch of ribbon. Just get some ribbon and cut a piece off. He's like, it's all tangled up. I can't do that. I'm like, just find me some. Just bring me a piece. It's fine. He brings me rickrack. I don't know if you guys know what rickrack is. He thought it was ribbon. You can't use that to tie a cord. It's really thick and it's like a little zigzag. You cannot use that to tie a cord. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, forget that. I was like, give me something else. He's still on the phone with 911. 911 is like, okay, just get a shoelace. Do you have a shoelace? So he's like, okay, yeah, I got shoelaces. Let me just bring her a shoelace. He brings me a shoelace. From the shoes he mows the lawn with. The nastiest shoelace you have ever seen in your entire life. Dirty, dirty, dirty. And I don't remember I think we used it. I can't remember. But it was embarrassing when the paramedics did show up because they're like, what happened here? And he's like, the operator told me to tie the cord with the shoelace. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, that was my husband that did that. That was not me. I was stuck in this bed. I could not get out. So anyways, the paramedics show up. A fire truck, I think first responders maybe. I think there was a whole bunch of people there. I believe there was 6 men. 6. Around about 6. With a full stretcher in our bedroom. I'm wearing a white t-shirt of Kenneth's. No bra, no bottoms on because I just had a baby, and I'm soaking wet because my water broke in the bed while I was laying down. I'm wet, and there are 6 men lined up at the end of my bed just staring at me, and I had to ask the men to step out of the room so that I could change clothes and at least put a different top on and get myself in the stretcher. So I asked them to step out. They stepped out, got myself cleaned up, got on the stretcher, and then there was one little issue. I did not want those strange men dealing with my placenta. So I crossed my little legs and I held on tight to that little baby until I got to the hospital. And that was probably not very smart because it was extremely painful. I was cramping so bad. I didn't even hold Jolie on the way to the hospital because I hurt so bad. Kenneth didn't ride with me. He stayed at home to get the kids ready because we had 3 other kids that we had no child care for. So he loaded them up and he came. I think he might have even actually beaten us to the hospital. It took us a real long time to leave our street after they got me loaded up. We were in the back of the ambulance for a really long time. Got to the hospital, and it was right in the middle of shift change. It was the middle of February. It was really cold that year. Jolie was very cold. She was wrapped up in a wet towel on the ride to the hospital. The paramedics were really, really nice. Everyone was really nice. I just don't think they had ever dealt with a unplanned, unassisted home birth before. They didn't really know what to do, I guess you could say, like the protocol for that type of thing. It's just not standard. We live in a small town. They've never dealt with that before. So her body temperature was really low. It was right in the middle of shift change. They took her to the nursery. I went to a labor and delivery room, and the doctor came, delivered the placenta. I didn't need any stitches. I just wanted some mesh panties and a pad and some apple juice. I remember asking for apple juice. I was so thirsty. And like I said, since it was the middle of shift change, it took a really long time to get that. I had a lot of issues with the hospital. Once I got moved to postpartum, everything was great, but I guess it's just the timing that I got there. They weren't prepared. It was different. They didn't really know how to deal with it. It was a horrible experience. That experience is exactly why I went on to have 2 planned home births after that, with a different midwife that was able to come to my home, not a midwife that was affiliated with an OB office. It was just a lot easier. So back to the hospital, everything was fine. The only issue was with Jolie, because I had talked about this in another video. Jolie has a little ear, and we did not know she was going to be born with a little ear. That was a complete shock. So imagine having an unplanned, unassisted birth at home, not expecting that at all, not planning for that. We had no supplies, nothing, and looking down and seeing your baby who has a little ear. And I kind of said this in the last video that you wonder what else is wrong with her, because you're by yourself. You don't have anything to help the baby if there's something wrong. You have to just wait for paramedics to get there, and then rely on them to be able to do anything if she needed help. She was great. We didn't have any problems with her. She just did amazing. Just had a little ear, and so I always said at the hospital, at least I know she's my baby and we didn't get her mixed up with anybody else, because she's obviously ours. And I'm kind of thankful that we did have the birth that we had, because if she had been born at the hospital, they would have whisked her away. They would have had to come and tell me that there was something wrong with her. They didn't know what it was called at the hospital. I actually Googled it myself the whole night that I was there to try to figure out what it was, why she had it, what caused it. So I'm thankful that it happened at home, because I could physically see that she was okay without it being a huge deal in a hospital setting. So, it all worked out. But the icing on the cake on this one is I called and got our 911 audio. And I've only listened to it like 2 times since she's been born, and she's 5. So that kind of tells you how bad it is. And poor Kenneth is just so panicked. But I sound like I'm dying. And I can already tell you that's how I sound whenever I don't have epidurals. I've had 2 epidurals before. I sound horrible. Horrible. It's embarrassing horrible. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I don't ever want anyone there to watch or anything, because I know how bad I sound. And so I'm going to put that audio clip in this video. I'm just going to have some pictures of her when she was a baby at the hospital. We didn't get any during the birth, obviously. It was so quick. But we did get pictures at the hospital after, we got moved to postpartum room. So I'm going to do those pictures with the audio clip playing. And in another video, I want to do like an interview with Kenneth. I had planned on doing this video with Kenneth, and that's why I kind of had put it off. But he's worked a lot of overtime lately, so I'm going to try to get his like a Q&A with Kenneth on like how he felt about when it happened, because he was traumatized by that experience. It was horrible for him. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask directly to Kenneth about the birth, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll write them down and interview him. And I'll have Jolie there too, because I think that'd be cute. Jolie's funny. She loves doing these videos with us. And yeah, so I think the only other thing to add is when you have a home birth, at least here, I know in other states it's not like that, but here, if you have a planned home birth and you have a midwife, your midwife will file all the paperwork for the birth certificate, social security card, everything. She does all of it. You do nothing. You just have your baby and lay there, and she does everything, which is amazing. With Jolie, since we had her at home, we had to file everything ourselves, even though we had her in the hospital. I believe they might have filed her for her social security card. I don't remember doing that, but I do remember going to the courthouse and filing for her birth certificate. And I was so angry at those ladies. They were little old ladies, and they were like, "Who delivered your baby?" Somehow in the story they got it completely mixed up that Kenneth delivered her, which you can hear in the 911 audio. I tell him, "Don't touch me." He did not deliver her. I delivered this baby myself. So Kenneth is actually put as the attending physician at the birth, and it says that he delivered her, and he did not. And I'm still bitter about that. I want to like have it crossed out and put my name on there, because I delivered her myself. Kenneth did not deliver her. Just so we're clear, little old ladies, I delivered my own baby, little old ladies. So that is Jolie's birth. I don't have a whole lot to talk about, just because it was super fast from start to finish. My labor and delivery, everything included, was 40 minutes. My active labor was 23 minutes. So as you can see, it went really fast. My other births have gone just as fast after her. There's just not a whole lot to talk about, and we don't have a lot of pictures because it's so fast that nobody can get there to take pictures for us. We had a photographer lined up for my 5th birth. We had actually 2 photographers lined up for my 5th birth. One didn't get there in time at all, and one got there as I was pushing, so it just didn't work out for her to be in there. And so I feel like this is kind of boring, but I feel like the 911 audio totally makes up for the fact that we have no pictures. So thanks you guys for watching the video.
911, where's your emergency?
Yes, my wife's in labor, and she feels like she needs to push.
Okay, what's the address?
1419 Jackson's Run.
Okay, before the kids, they don't hurry.
Hold on just one second. I'm going to get you on with the ambulance, okay?
Okay.
Which one home? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
AMR, what's location emergency?
Yes, my wife's in labor, and she feels like she needs to push.
No, I am pushing.
Okay.
She's pushing, actually. We're at her house in 1419 Jackson's Run.
1419, what was the name of the street?
Jackson's Run.
Jackson's Run, okay. All right, is that in Greenville, sir?
Yes.
Okay, what's your phone number in case I lose you?
903-413-0564.
0564. Okay, everybody's already on the way. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'll help you out with this, okay?
Okay.
Is she full-time right now?
I'm sorry?
Is she full-time?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How old is she?
26.
26, okay. All right. And can you see any part of the baby right now? So can you see any part of the baby, sir?
What?
Can you see any part of the baby right now?
My wife says her head's up.
Okay.
Yes, I see the head.
Okay, you can see the head. Okay, all right. All right, now I'm going to help you with this, okay? Do you have any clean, dry cloths anywhere?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, now here, just do exactly what I said. Where is she right now? Is she on the bed right now, or is she on the floor, sir?
She's on the bed.
On the bed, okay. All right, let me know when you're back there with her, hurt or yelling for you to go get some towels.
I'm right there right now.
You're right there, okay. So I'm going to tell you how to help deliver the baby, okay? Make sure that all the clothing below her waist is removed.
I'm sorry?
Make sure the clothing below her waist is removed.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and raise her head with pillows, but don't let her sit up or go to the bathroom, okay? All right, I want you to get some dry towels and a blanket to wrap the baby in, okay?
Okay. Her head's out.
Her head's out, okay. Okay.
Oh my God!
All right, the baby's out. Completely out.
Completely out? Okay, all right.
Look at the suction thing out the bathroom. Our bathroom. Look at the bathroom.
Okay, now has any of the afterbirth come out with the baby?
No.
Not yet, okay. Okay. All right, now what I want you to do is gently wipe. Is the baby crying or breathing?
No, I'm getting the suction thing.
You're getting the suction thing. Okay, okay. Are you back in there with them yet?
No, we have a little blue suction thing that I can't find.
Okay, that's okay. Just go back in there with your wife and the baby, okay?
Okay.
Because what we need you to do is when you get that dry towel to wrap the baby in, we're going to have to wipe off. Is it a boy or girl?
Good girl.
A girl? All right, congratulations, Daddy. Okay, what we want to do is wipe her mouth and her nose, okay, so we can get her airways open, okay?
Okay. My front door is wide open.
Okay, all right. We've got the fire department and the ambulance on the way, okay? They should be coming in there any minute.
All right, she's crying.
I can hear you. That's good. That's really good. All right, so we want to dry her off with a clean towel, okay, and then wrap her in a different clean, dry one, okay?
Okay.
All right, now cover the baby's head, but just not her face, okay?
I'm getting another towel.
Okay, all right. All right, where are you getting that towel? Can you get a string to tie the umbilical cord off with?
Get a what?
We need a string so you can tie the umbilical cord.
I don't have any string.
Is there like do you have a shoelace?
Where at? Let me just get a shoelace real quick.
Okay.